Yo, what's up, everybody? Yo. So, today we will going to talk about the 7 domains of NCBTS. So, what is NCBTS, by the way? So, NC stands for National Competency, and BTS, it's a K-pop group.
Oh no!
Sure. Okay, so before we start, so bago ta mag-start, shout out sa data ning mga tawanan niyo. So shout out, sure lang. So NCBTS stands for National Competency-Based Teacher Standards. And today we will going to talk about its 7 domains. 7. Now, to help understand, basa. Now, to help understand how the 7 domains comprise an integrated whole, it would help to see the 7 domains as falling under 2 broad categories. Now, the middle domains, the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, represent standards reflecting to the teacher as facilitator of learning. Whereas the two outer domains, 1 and 7, is for personal growth and professional development. So, i-divide siya. So, kaning 7 domains, i-divide siya into 2 major categories daw. Okay. So, kaning 7 domains, guys, importante yun siya. It is very important. All of this, kaning 7, it is very important. And they are closely related. Kani sila. They are closely related. No? And connected with each other. Okay. Pero, I need only to choose 2. Kaya mo, or may ni siya na sa ato ang kuhan. Duhara may piliyon. Kinahanglan hindi ka mamili. Okay. And so, I pick the two categories, yun, katong 2 major categories. First is I picked domain number 2, and then second is I picked domain number 7. So, diretso na ta. Domain number 2. Domain number 2. Domain number 2. Learning environment. Now, the domain of learning environment focuses on the importance of providing for a social and physical environment within which all students, regardless of their individual differences in learning, can engage the different learning activities and work towards attaining high standards of learning. So, sa gihatag ni ma'am nga mamili man sad mi og every domain naman say strands ug namili ra daw isa. So I pick strand 2.1 sa domain number 2. Strand 2.1, basa. Creates an environment that promotes fairness. So first, K question for teacher. Do I create a social environment in my class where my students feel that they are treated fairly? It's a good question, no? Kay dapat mag-create gyud ta sa classroom gani. Dapat as a teacher, ibutan nato tong kagalingon ha kita ako ug kamo nga naminaw teacher pud mo. So dapat manggod sa classroom og pananlita na ay kanang estudyante nga kanang bright kaayo, kanang halos na niya tanan ba bright kaayo, dayon buutan, din kusog maminaw, din gid buutan king estudyante gyud. Ibutang tag ako inyong estudyante ha, ako inyong estudyante. Yeah, dili na maayo nga kanang ako lang perminti inyong tawgon sa og pansiro, no? O ikaw nga teacher dili pud maayo nga kana lang siya imo pansiron perminti, no? So dapat our students ma-feel nila nga kanang they are treated fairly sa classroom despite of their differences, no, as individuals. Specific question for the teacher. Do all my students feel respected in my class regardless of their gender, ability, religion, socio-economic background, ethnicity, and other physical and social characteristics. Now, it's also a good question to ask as a teacher, no? Kasi there are some students, for example, sa kanang when you teach in college, there are some students nga lahi siya sa majority, no, na ay mga minority ones nga mga students. For example, lahi siya nga religion, lahi ang religion sa lahi ang religion sa kaysa sa majority, no? So as a teacher, it is also your duty nga sila ma-feel nila nga na-respect sila. So ug maghatag og mga example, maghatag og mga story kana pud unta nga makarelate sila bitaw, di ba? Kana makarelate pud sila. Now, specific question for the teacher too. Do I make all my students feel that their individual strengths and resources are recognized and appreciated in class? It's also a good question, no? Kasi as being a teacher, we also must be dapat hilig ta mo appreciate, no? So example og naaga ni kanang mag-answer gani, for example og naay mag-answer niya mamali bitaw siya, di ba? Even though nasayop siya, dili ka moingon nga mali man no, mas preferable og moingon ka nga, uy, hapit na, gamay na lagi kulang gid, hapit na dato sakto na, ana. And you must also thank him or her for participating, no? tanan i-appreciate mo, uy, wow, may duta ni nga ano, og drawing, wow, ayusan ni nga drawing ano, uy, maayo lagi kay ka mo solve, ginana ba, dili na bugal-bugal, pero kinahanglan na siya kay para ma-appreciate nato ang ilahang mga buhat, bisag even though gamay ra gud kay na good, pila ra gud pag-answer good sa ano good, di ba? 1 plus 1 ug maka-answer siya 2, di maayo palakpakan, pero yung answer 3 pasalamatan na gyapon nimo kay nag-participate, no? Hapit na, isa ra man ka anong kulang. Specific question for the teacher 3. Do all my students feel like they have as good chance to learn and to achieve in my class as their other classmates? Kasi it's also a good question to ask as pag teacher ka, kasi there are some students who feel na inferior sila sa other students, labi kung kato imuhang habit nga permintira nimo to pansiro tong katong mga brighter pud kaayo. So some students maulaw na lang po sila mag-participate, maulaw na lang sila mag-answer kay they will feel like masayop magyapon po, di ba, ulaw kayo, ang uban katawan gani ug masayop, di ba, katawan gani mo na dili na lang sila ganahan mag-answer. So dapat you as a teacher, it is also your duty nga to know how your students feel, no, how your students think. That's also your job as a teacher, our job as a teacher, no, nga dapat ipa-feel na to sa ilaha nga na sila chance ani kani nga subject, easy ra kay ni nga subject, tanan ta makakuan bisag even though wala tay background pa na nga ano ani nga subject, sayon ra kay ni siya, dapat muna ipa-feel na to sa mga students nato. And conclusion ani nga domains, conclusion, gender fair opportunities, yes ka, boys, girls, unsa pa na nga supay imuhang diya age, no, age bisag unsa pa, bisag dili ka same edad nila, no, dapat fair ang opportunity nga imuhang ihatag sa imuhang mga students. And recognize that every learner has strengths. Ana gyud mo gina siya, every learner has strengths, no, kay naa may uban nga learner nga kanang maayo sila ani, then unay uban nga dili sila maayo, mo ganing muna siya pulo sa classroom, munang gisulod ta sa classroom kay ang katong maayo sa math makatabang sa dili maayo sa math, ang katong maayo sa English makatabang sa dili kay maayo English, no? And now let us go to domain number 7. Oh no. Domain number 7, personal growth and professional development. Basa. The domain of personal growth and professional development emphasizes the ideal that teachers value having a high personal regard, concern for professional development and continuous improvement as a teacher. Nice. Kasi, so this domain, ganahan ko kay kuan na ako ang gipili ko siya kasi this domain talks about ikaw nga teacher, no? Your personal growth as a teacher. Kasi when you become a teacher, you don't stop growing, you don't stop learning, di ba? You continue bisa pag ano na ka, pila naka masters imuhang na ano, naka doctorate na baka ana, you will never stop learning. You will continue to learn, you will continue to grow, no, as a teacher. So learning never stops until you die. Okay, so this domain mo nang ganahan pud ko kay mo na siya center gid ani nga kan domain. Okay, so isa ra man iyang strand good. So diretso na ta. Okay, questions for teacher. Am I aware at the extent to which my practice as a teacher influence my students' attainment of the learning goals? Am I aware? Aware ba ka? Aware ba ta as teachers nga ang atong mga teaching style, no? Ang atong teaching style, ang atong tinudluan, gyud sa napagtudlo, we should ask ourselves as a teacher, we should ask ourselves, nakasabot ra ba sila sa ako ang style sa pag-teach? Paspas ra ba kay ko mo istorya o paspas ra ba kay ko mo discuss? No, kana ang questions you should ask yourself as a teacher, no? Kasi it will help you grow, no? Paspas ra ba kay ko, okay ra ba, hiner ra ba kay ko, unsa ba, stricter ra ba kay ko, dinana ang mga questions dapat ato na siyang gina-ask as a teacher, no? Naman ko ay na-post ba? Specific question for the teacher 1. Okay, do I recognize the strong and weak aspects of my teaching that may or may not help my students' learning? Do I recognize my strong and weak aspects? Strong and weak points, no? Gina-recognize ba na nimo ang imong strong and weak points? Kasi every teacher, bisan pag unsa ka bright, unsa ka maayo, every teacher has its strong and weak points, no? Every teacher na ana siya strong and weak points. So as a teacher, you must also ask yourself, no? Do I recognize our own strong and weak points? Kaya kung ma-recognize na nato, then it will help us grow, no? Ma-develop ang teaching style, teaching practices. So dapat mo po na siya nga question gina-ask nato sa ato ang kagalingon. Kung gusto ta nga mas maayo pa atong pag-teach, mas mo improve pa. So kana nga question dapat nato na siyang gina-ask sa atong kagalingon. Specific question for the teacher 2. Do I feel responsible for the level of learning and achievement of my students? So, hindot na siya nga pangutana. It's also a good question. Do I feel responsible for the level of learning and achievement of my students? Responsible ba ta? Yes, responsible ka. No? Of course, responsible yun ka. So, dapat you don't just ask yourself kung responsible ba ka. Be responsible also as a teacher, no? A good teacher, naga-base na siya, a good teacher, mahibaw-an nimo na nga maayo na siya nga teacher kung ang iyang mga estudyante nakasabot sa iyang ginatudlo. So, wala nag-base ang unsa ka maayo nga teacher sa iyang education attainment. Kung nagpila na siya ka master, pila na siya ka doctorate degree, no? Pero nag-base na ang unsa ka maayo ang teacher kung ang iyang estudyante nga iyang gitudloan nakasabot ba sa lesson nga iyang gi-discuss, no? Nana siya. So yes, responsible gid ta as a teacher. And specific question for the teacher 3. Muna na siya last. Hapit na gid ta mga man. Do I try to improve my teaching so that my students can learn more? O ginatry ba nato nga i-improve like as what we discussed sa katong strong and weak points? Dapat makabalot ta kung unsa ang atong strong and weak point as a teacher. Okay. Kung makabalot ta ana, then ato ma-improve, no, ang atong teaching style, kung paspas ba kay ka, Hinay ra ba kay ka mo discuss? Boring ra ba kaayo? Unsa man imong dapat buhaton? Kung boring na, kung dili sila ganahan minaw nimo sa may dapat nimo buhaton, dapat atuan na siyang ma-discover, no? Ma-discover nato na siya as a teacher. So that's it for today. So balik ta conclusion, we've tackled the domain number 2, the learning environment. Nga as a teacher dapat mag-create og room environment or classroom atmosphere nga ang mga fair sa tanan. And ikaduha ang atong gitakal is domain number 7, personal growth and professional development. Your growing, your development as a teacher. So the two is important. Like I said, all 7 are important, pero kinahanglan na mamilig duha. So mo ni atong gipili. Thank you. This is John Olens Alaban, BS Ed Social Studies. And thank you for listening. And this is my assignment. Hi, ma'am.